Welcome to ClickSeminars.live. Keep learning, keep earning in 2020 and beyond. And now let's get ready for our next speaker session starting now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to ClickSeminars.live. I'm your host and MC, Mike Stewart, and I'm excited to have session number 2 of this day. This is Tuesday, June 9th. And the next speaker, you're going to love this guy, Darren Jenkins. He is the CEO and co-owner of X10 Effect, the only internet marketing company in the world to take random seminar attendees and generate for them anywhere from $2,000 to $22,000 in less than 90 minutes. Darren has spent 15 years in the music industry, something near and dear to my heart, and he was a record producer. Oh, I got to get to know more about that. Before pursuing his goal of financial freedom by tapping into an online business market, setting up and running automated online campaigns for clients and himself. Darren has been coaching business owners and entrepreneurs for many years now and is responsible for some of X10's Effect's biggest success stories. These days, you'll find him speaking at live events all over the world, including England, Thailand, New Zealand, Australia, and virtually on our stage today. In today's live training, he's going to show you how to launch or grow your business using a new and proven webinar system, even if you don't have a website or an email list or social media followers. And he's also going to show you how he generated $119,488 in less than 90 minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the virtual stage of ClickSeminars.live, Mr. Darren Jenkins. Darren, how you doing, my friend?
I'm excellent, Mike. How are you? I'm pumped, excited to be here, and I'm ready to get this thing kick-started. And thank you for such a warm and lovely introduction.
Hey, you know, they down in Australia, they call us musicians. In Nashville, you call them musos. I love that term. Nobody around here says that, so I came in, and it looks like it's dark there. So where are you, and what time of day is it? Because this is worldwide.
Yes, it's 5 a.m. I'm on the Gold Coast in Queensland, Australia.
Wow. Well, what a thing to get started here. I'm so excited that you're here. Enough about what I got to say. I want to hear about what you have to say about webinars, and I look forward to us talking more here. Look at my hair going crazy here. So I'm going to pull up your slides, and I'm going to wave goodbye, and I'm here. If you need me, just shout out for me. But otherwise, we've got people getting in their seats. The floor is yours. How to launch or grow your business in the next 7 days using a proven webinar system without a website, email list, or social media presence. Ladies and gentlemen, Darren Jenkins.
Thank you, Mike. Alrighty, how is everybody? Welcome to this presentation. Block out the next 90 minutes plus of your time. I'm going to be giving away some of my best strategies when it comes to using webinars to generate sales online and also to grow your business. Whether you're in the stage of launching a business, or maybe you already have a business and you just want to grow the business with webinars, with live streams and virtual events, then this training is for you. And I'm going to show you how you can do it in the next 7 days or even quicker, even if you don't have a website, an email list, or social media presence. So let's get into it. Now, what I'm talking about here is harnessing the power of webinars. You'll notice that more and more invites have been going out lately to webinars, whether it's through email or through your social media or just online in general. There's live streams everywhere, it seems. I mean, we're on a live stream right now, yeah? And this is essentially what we're doing right now. We're on a webinar. We're on a 7-day webinar. And there isn't a faster and easier way to generate sales online and grow a business. So what I'm doing here today for you guys is walking you through step by step how to harness the power of webinars for your business. And even if you've never done this before, now I know the term fast and easy is something that's thrown around a lot these days. Well, there really isn't a faster and easier way. I mean, I've tried everything, and I find not only are webinars the best way to make sales, but also the most fun way as well. And it is very easy. So stick with me and I'll show you how you can do it. And how many of you would like to generate this kind of cash flow I'm talking about? Now, $119,488 is what Mike mentioned before. Now, of course, this is my best result, but who would be happy with, even if you made an extra $10,000 or $15,000 per month? Just give me a yes in the chat box if you would like to generate that kind of cash flow right now, whether it was a side hustle, whether it was something full-time that you'd love to be doing, or maybe, like I said before, it's a business you've already got and you just want to start making more money. So just give me a big yes in the chat box if that's the sort of cash flow you'd like to be generating right now. And how many of you would love to do it on virtual autopilot? Now, I know this is a word that's thrown around a lot as well, but you see, we don't want to give ourselves another job. Now, right now, you probably have a 9-to-5 job. Maybe you don't. Maybe you've lost your job. We're in a very, I say the job economy is dying, unfortunately. So a lot of people are struggling with their businesses or with their jobs. But what I'm about to reveal today is what I call a recession-proof business. And if you could run it on virtual autopilot, then what we want here is to do the work once and get paid over and over again. And that's what I'm going to be teaching you. And thank you for that, for those comments from Farzan. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Apologies if I didn't. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Fiona A, Paulina, Margaret, Jean, Teresa. Thank you for your comments. Yeah, so running the business on virtual autopilot without giving ourselves another job again. Now, in the past 10 years, my company X10 Effect has created and launched over 100 new profitable web businesses. Now, there's one thing that all of those businesses had in common. They all started with a 60 to 90-minute webinar. Now, why 60 to 90 minutes? Well, we've tested it. We've done thousands of webinars over the years. And we found that is the sweet spot. As a matter of fact, the webinar that I'm doing for you right now today is going to be 90 minutes, which is what I mentioned at the start, and we'll do a bit of a Q&A at the end, so make sure you stick around for that. But they all started with a 60 to 90-minute webinar. We never start a business with a website, and it's fair to say that's how most people start a business, right? You come up with a name for the business, you get a logo, you do some branding, you get a website built, and then you procrastinate on the website, and you take weeks, months, sometimes years trying to perfect this website that just doesn't make any money. I call a website, it's a billboard in the middle of the desert, okay? Because websites don't make money. Now, sure, they're great for credibility and authority, and it's your online business card, so to speak, but they don't generate sales. A website only converts at 1%, meaning you need 100 people to visit your website to even get a customer from it. And that's a good website. A webinar, 1 in 10. So you've got a 10% conversion with a webinar. And that's why we love webinars. We always launch a business with a webinar. And I'm going to be showing you many case studies and success stories along the way of people and businesses that I've built that didn't have a website, a logo, or branding, and in some cases hadn't even created the product yet and sold the product first and created it afterwards. Now, I just said webinars produce 10 times more sales than websites. Think about this. If you can't sell something to someone after talking to them for 60 to 90 minutes on a webinar, what chance do you have of having them have to go to your website and reading text on a page, right? So just think about that for a minute. And that's what makes webinars so powerful. Now, our proven webinar templates and system have generated over $100 million in sales. And we're the only internet marketing company in the world to make money live on stage for random attendees in 12 cities around the globe. Now, I recently done this in Australia, on the Gold Coast, as a matter of fact, and in the UK just late last year. And if anyone hasn't seen us do it, what we do is we grab someone out of the audience, and usually it's the audience who chooses the person. We don't choose the person, or we might get 15 people up on stage, and then we do a vote, and then someone gets picked. They don't have a business, they've never done a webinar before, and then myself or one of my coaches will work with them overnight. Let's say it's a 2-day event, work overnight with them putting a 60-minute webinar presentation together, and then we launch it live on stage in the room on the internet, and we generate sales, and their business is launched. And like I said, we're the only internet marketers in the world to do this, and I've done this countless times now and gotten great results from it. You can see here I've got so many success stories and testimonials from over the years from doing this for these random attendees. And what they all had in common, and I don't have time to go through all of them, is that none of them had a business yet. None of them had done a webinar yet, and they all generated sales. Now, to date, just from doing this, we've generated and given away over $320,000 live on stage to random attendees. This is powerful stuff. Now, why do we do this? Why am I telling you this? Well, the reason why we do it is to prove that our system works. A lot of people talk the talk and they don't walk the walk. So we back up what we say. We put our reputation on the line and we do it live there in the room. And just like I said, to prove that it works. And we actually did this recently, only about a month ago, online as well, because we obviously with seminars and workshops and meetup groups all canceled because of the the lockdowns and stuff. So we did it online, and we picked someone out from the audience that were online, and this person generated $127,000 in 90 minutes. So this is powerful stuff, and it works. So stick with me and learn the system that we've been using for the last 10 years that generates us on average $350,000 a month. Now, Mark Anastasi, the laptop millionaire, you might have heard of him. He was way ahead of the times when it comes to making money from the internet. As a matter of fact, he wrote the New York Times best-selling book, The Laptop Millionaire. And Mark actually wrote about us in his book, calling us the world's #1 experts at webinars and his webinar mentors. Now, what Mark did was he wanted to do webinars. He wanted to learn more about webinars. So he came to us, he learnt the system, the same system that I'm teaching you here today. He followed it to the T, and he generated $200,000 on his first webinar. Now, what I didn't know is when Mark last came out to Australia, he did his Unleash the Millionaire Within tour, and I was actually on that tour with Mark. And I hadn't met him before, not face-to-face anyway. And we're on a plane trip. We're actually going to Perth from Sydney. And he told me, Darren, what you don't know is I made $500,000 from a webinar after that first webinar that he wrote about in the book. So this is really powerful stuff, guys, and it works, okay? Now, one of my best results, or my best result actually, was generating $119,488 in 90 minutes. There's a screenshot of my Infusionsoft account with the sales that came in. Now, obviously, I don't do that every day. I don't do that every week. But like I said earlier, if you could generate an extra $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month, or even just $5,000 a month as a side hustle, who'd be happy with that? But look, this proves that you can get great results. And I did it in just 90 minutes, right? So, before, and what I used to do working in the music industry, this would have taken me 2 years, maybe even 3 or 4 years to generate this kind of cash flow. And this is Australian dollars, by the way. And it's just such powerful stuff. And like I said, it works. Now, who here is ready to start making your $4,000 to $10,000 per month a year web business? Just type in the chat box, I'm ready, or just ready. And let me see. I'm just going to take a drink of water. So don't hold back, guys. Use that chat box. Get involved. Just give me a big ready in the chat box. Alrighty, so thank you for everyone. There's a bit of a delay here, so I'm just waiting for these comments to come in. But thank you for the interaction. We've got Jean here is saying ready. We've got Paulina is saying ready. We got Jean is saying ready. Lots of readies coming in. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Gerda and Genpon and lots of interesting names here. I hope I'm pronouncing them correctly. But thank you, guys. Thank you, Margaret and Alan and Farzan. All right, let's move on. Let me ask you this. Do you have knowledge, expertise, or skills that can help people? Because I believe everybody does. If you're going to try and convince me that you don't have skills or knowledge in anything and you can't help people and you can't use webinars or anything like that to generate sales and build a business online, you're not going to convince me at all, right? Because everyone does. Now, if you could talk about something for 60 minutes, you're an expert in it. You don't need 20 years experience, 10 degrees and certificates and all that kind of stuff. I don't have any of that, right? I've never written a book. I didn't finish school. But there is something that you have expertise in that you could help others people with and make money from. And chances are you already have a $4,000 to $10,000 a month business in your head. And some of you do right now. And as we go along, you're probably coming up with ideas that you could be doing. Maybe you already have something. Maybe you're about to launch or already have launched or growing, like I said earlier. But look at some of the industry niches and professions we're in and have clients in. Now, I've coached hundreds of people over the years, one-on-one, in all different types of niches. You can see here relationship niches here: coaches, doctors, vets, fitness experts, real estate agents. We've got here buyers agents and bloggers and martial arts experts and feng shui businesses. It's crazy. Even debt rescue, pilot training, counselors, and the list goes on and on. You know, a lot of people will tell you, well, you got to have a niche these days. You got to find something, you know, unique, something different. Well, I disagree. I say pick the markets, the big markets where people are spending money, carve a little piece out for yourself, and then do that across multiple markets. Now, that's true wealth creation. That's creating multiple streams of income, which is what we want, right? But if you want to make money online, you must follow the trend. What is the biggest trend online right now? Now, I'm going to ask you guys, I want you to type in the chat box, what do you think the biggest trend is online right now in 2020? Okay, I'm going to take another quick drink of water. Please type in the chat box what you think the biggest trend is online, and then I will reveal. Let's see what we've got here. What is the biggest trend online now? Now, a lot of people just say, well, making money, but that's not the answer that I'm looking for. All right. So just let me reveal. There's too much of a delay here, so I'm just going to reveal it to you guys anyway. Let's see how many people get it by the time it comes. By the time your chat comes through. Well, video is the present trend online. Okay, and video will continue to trend online. What are we doing right now? We're on a live video. This will then go out as a replay, as a video. Is it fair to say Facebook Live just gets bigger every day? Instagram Live, YouTube. Is YouTube going down the tube? No pun intended. No, it isn't. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And video isn't going anywhere, right? And this is why you need to be using, and thank you for those people. I got some, Paulina said making money online. Farzan says e-commerce, great answers. Weight loss from Jan Pon, and Margaret said health, and Gerda says webinars. So thank you for that, guys. But video is the present trend online. And if you don't get good at video, it's as simple as this: you won't have a business, okay? Check this stat out. In 2020, online videos will make up more than 80% of all consumer internet traffic. And 71% of people watch more video than they did a year ago. Let that sink in for a minute. 71%. So what is a webinar? Now, obviously, you should know what one is. Let me cover this just really quickly, just for the newbies. Well, a webinar is just a live or pre-recorded video of a presentation delivered over the internet, right? And you've got a few options the way you deliver a webinar. You can use good old PowerPoint. I'm using PowerPoint slides right now. PowerPoint has made me millions of dollars, so don't underestimate the power of PowerPoint or Keynote. So you can do it like this. You can just show your face, right? So this is me actually out on my balcony here on the Gold Coast running a webinar. Or you can do both. You can have your slides and you can be showing your face just like I am right now on this live stream. Now, what do you need? Well, obviously you need, a device such as a phone. You need a laptop or a desktop or a tablet and an internet connection, and that's it. And you're ready to go. Softwares, GoToWebinar is one that's very popular. It's kind of been the industry standard for a long time. That's what I use most of the time. Webinar Jam is a good one. It's cost effective. Zoom is one that's very popular. You've probably already heard of Zoom. A lot of people use it for meetings. If you don't want to use specific webinar software, of course, you can do a webinar over Facebook Live. You can do it through YouTube. You can do Instagram. You can use StreamYard, which is what we're using here right now. But all of these softwares are either free or very cheap. So you don't have a big investment here. Going live is now so easy, anyone can do it. And it's 100% free to do webinars. Name me another business model where you have zero costs. You know, maybe your webinar software might end up costing you $50 a month or $100 a month or whatever. Or if you're using one of the free apps, it's going to be free, right? So that's the beauty of this business model. Now, you can do webinars live or as a pre-recorded video. But I want you to just have a listen to this. I want to actually let this absorb, let this sink in for a minute. In the past 30 days, more online video content has been uploaded to the web than the past 30 years of TV content. This is why this is unavoidable, guys. I said it before and I'll say it again. If you don't get good on video, if you don't get good at webinars and live streams and virtual events just like this, you won't have a business and you will go broke. It is as simple as that. Now, here's a super tip. I want you to write this down. You need to get and keep momentum when it comes to a web business, anything online. Now, this is key. This is crucial. I always compare it to going to the gym, right? How many of you right now here on this live stream have signed up for the gym? You start going, you're all excited. And then as the weeks go by, the months go by, you start dropping off. You start to, you get busy, you get caught up in other things. Maybe you go on a holiday and then when you get back from the holiday, it's really hard to get back into it. It kills your momentum, right? Well, it's the very same for an internet business, right? And when you're doing your webinars online. Having support increases your chance of success by 93%. I want you to remember that and write that down because it's very hard to succeed without having any support. Now, whether that's a trainer or a coach or a mentor, maybe that support is through a friend or a business partner, but you need someone there holding you accountable and pushing you to get that success. Now, how webinars get 10 times more sales than websites? A good website gets 1 sale from 100 visitors. I said this before. So that means every 100 people that visits your website, you might get a customer from it. And that's a very good website, by the way. A standard webinar gets 1 sale from 10 visitors. So you've got a 10% conversion. And when you get good, you get an even higher conversion. So I ran 2 webinars last week and I got 20% conversion. So once you get very good at it, it just flows and it becomes natural. It's just like riding a bike or driving a car. It's just repetition. And look, it's helped me become financially free by the age of 40, just doing this, okay? So webinars and I do a lot of things in my business, email marketing and social media. There's a bunch of different things, but webinars is what makes me the most money. And financial freedom is just 10 attendees a week to your webinar. That's where it starts. So what I want you to do this week is put together a 60 to 90-minute webinar, get it out there, and I'm about to show you a way where you can sell your product first and create it later. Sounds crazy, I know. And all you have to do is get 10 attendees a week to your webinar. So there is some work to be done. You're going to have to hustle. If you don't have an email list, if you don't have a huge social media following, you don't know how to do Facebook ads, then you can still do this, right? But your goal this week is to just get 10 people to your webinar. Now, people will pay you 10 times more money to deliver your information on a webinar or video than any other product with the same information. Let me use a book as an example because it seems it seems like everybody these days has a book, right? An e-book or a physical book or something like that. Now, if you don't have a book, that's okay. I'm just using this as an example. Let's look at a $30 book versus, say, a $300 live webinar or video series. So what if you could take the information from your book or your ebook and instead of selling it for $30, take that information, take the 8 chapters from the book and then turn it into 8 modules and package it up and sell it for $300. Now, an expert that we worked with recently, John L. Fitzgerald, very famous in Australia. This book in its 8th edition. Not sure if you guys are familiar with it overseas, but this 7 Steps to Wealth, very famous book. Now, John came to us and said, how can I, generate sales from webinars? How can I make money from webinars? How can I package up this knowledge? And we'd been talking back and forth with him about it. And what we did was we took the information from the book and created a free 60-minute webinar, right? People came along, they watched, and then at the end, John sold the information from the book, but as videos. Now, as pre-recorded videos that then got sent out every week, one at a time via email, these videos. And you can do these videos as live or you can do them pre-recorded. He did them pre-recorded. You can see here the sales that were made, sold it for $2,500. The same knowledge that's in the book for $30 sold for $2,500 $31,545 in 60 minutes. That's the power of this strategy, okay? So information from the book, turned it into video information, webinar information. And we created it afterwards. We sold it first, then created. Now have a look here on this email. If you look here, hello, Darren and Nino. I've spoken to John today. That's John Fitzgerald regarding the membership website. And my tech guy, Nino, who is building the membership site, will need access to the domain and hosting so he can put the membership site up when it's ready. This was the 23rd of May. I'll just go back. This is the 18th of May here. So the membership website, which looks like this, was built, and the modules was built after. So what I'm trying to say here is if you don't have a product right now, you can sell an information product by just come up with a name for that product, come up with some modules, just have an outline of what you want to teach, put together the free webinar, run it, and then tell the people on that webinar when you sell it to them, hey, I'm going to train you now live every week for the next 6 weeks or for the next 8 weeks. Or you can pre-record them and send them out like John did. And then that way you're creating the product after you sold it. Now, this isn't anything new. Richard Branson sold his book before he wrote it. When you go to watch a movie trailer, when you're sitting in a movie cinema and you see the trailer to a movie, it's not finished. It's still in the editing stage. Everyone here's pre-ordered a CD. You've pre-ordered a movie, right? So it's smarter to do it this way. I was coaching a guy who he actually, he didn't listen to me. I said, look, let's just put the free webinar together, get it out there and make some sales, and then we can create the product as we go. And he's like, no, Darren, I don't want to do it that way. And he took months, 3 months, trying to create these Hollywood-looking production videos and modules. Didn't even know if his idea or product would work yet. Then he ran the webinar. It didn't work. He didn't make any sales. And he did all this work for nothing, right? Now, we ended up changing the offer and tweaking it and ended up making sales, and it was all good. However, you don't want to take that approach. Now, if you already have a product right now, awesome, you're ready to go. If you don't, you can sell it first and create it later. And as a matter of fact, your customers prefer it that way. So this is what the membership looked like in John's case. And then the modules went in here. You can see modules 1 to 8. And then this got built at the end. So he just delivered these modules to them every week for 8 weeks, just through email. They were pre-recorded. And then during that 8 weeks, my website guy, Nino, he built this membership website. At the end of the 8 weeks, the customers who bought then got access to this membership site, and then they can watch these videos and modules as many times as they want forever, or for a time limit if you want to put that on there. That's how you do it. Now, let me give you another example. Let's say you don't want to pre-record it. I prefer to do these live, these modules. So what I did was I created a course. This was last year. This was April last year, actually. And I put the 60-minute, it was like a bit over 60-minute webinar together. And I sold the product. And I generated $23,359 in 90 minutes. Sorry, it was a 90-minute webinar. And the beauty of this is I hadn't created the product yet. It was an email course. You can see there, and this is, again, another screenshot from my Infusionsoft account. You've got here this email course here, selling it for $497. And they're the sales I made. Now, I hadn't created anything yet. I said to them at the end of the free webinar, I'm going to train you live every week for the next 6 weeks. And I made over 50 sales doing this, right? Just a great way to launch a product, especially if you don't know how the product is going to fly. This is a great way to do it. And then I just train them. Here's my Gmail account here, my sales. When I make sales, it comes into my Gmail. I took a screenshot for you guys of all the sales I made. This is the memberships website. This is what I got built, my guy to build during those 6 weeks where I was training them live every week. So I sold the product first, and I created it later. And it's a great way because then you get feedback from your customers. Let your customers tell you what needs to be better about your course. So, and that's what I did. And my customers along the way, gave me some feedback. They benefited from it immensely. They got to be trained by me live. And then they gave me that feedback. I got testimonials from it. Now, future, I don't have to do them live ever again. People, when they buy, they can just come in and start watching the modules straight away. And they're good to go. Okay, is everyone following along? Let me just check in here. I'm just going to take another drink of water quickly. Is everybody still with me? Just give me a with you, Darren. That would be awesome. And I'll just take a quick drink of water. Alrighty, thank you as we wait for those to come. And thank you, David. Yes, thank you for saying that I rock. That is awesome. All right, let's move on. Now, check this out. Viewers retain 90% of a message when they watch it in a video, compared to 10% when reading it in text, right? Now, I like to read. I've got a lot of books. I'm looking at a whole bookshelf right here. You guys can't see them, but look, most people these days, they want to learn through video. I mean, think about this event right now over the next 7 days, all video, all live streams, video replays. This is how people like to learn now. So I'll say it again, and I've said it a couple of times already, but I want you to understand this. If you don't get good at video, you don't get good at these webinars and live streams and virtual events, you're going to go broke. You're not going to have a business. Let's have a look at an automated webinar funnel. So, and thank you for those comments, the with yous. Thank you, Aliyu and Teresa and Augustine and Margaret and Paul. Thank you, guys. Let's have a look at an automated webinar funnel, because I've spoken about live webinars a lot so far. So you have your webinar registration page. People come along and they sign up. We all know this. And then it goes to your webinar replay, right? So this is a live, a replay of a live webinar you did, or it could be a pre-recorded webinar. And then it's simply just money in the bank. Okay, now this is broken down to look very simple, and which is what I want to do. I don't want to overwhelm you guys with technical jargon and stuff like that, but to overview the funnel, this is what it looks like. You get the names and email addresses, they go into your email list, you build your list, they can watch the replay straight away on demand, and then it's just money while you sleep. Now, 10 targeted people on your webinar. One wants to buy information from you. So we always say start at $297, anything up to $5,000, right? This would be a low-end offer. It could be $197 or $97, but the $297 is a good place to start if you're not sure. It's best to start lower and build than to start too high. And then if you don't convert at 10%, you've got to put your price down. You don't want to do that. One person also wants a high ticket product, anything from say $6,000 to $50,000. So when you run that webinar, let's say you've only got 10 people there. One person wants to buy more information from you at the end of that free webinar, and there's one person who wants something, higher end. And sometimes this person turns into this person because they want more information, they realize they're time poor, they're stressed, it's too difficult, and then they'll say, oh, look, can you just do it for me? Or do you have a coaching package? Or do you have a done-for-you service? And then they become this customer here, which is obviously called an upsell, right? So they're the two different types of people you're going to get in every 10 people on your webinar. Check out this UK vet. Now, I always share Anthony Chadwick's story because he's one of our biggest success stories. He made $300,000 in 12 months and sold his vet practice. Now, Anthony just wanted to help his sick parents. He had been running his clinic, 6 days a week and doing big, long 10, 12, 14-hour days, working really hard. And he started sharing his knowledge of veterinary science. He had advanced, I don't know what you'd call them. I'm not a vet, but strategies, and you wouldn't call them tactics, but let's just call it education. And he could train other vets how to go to the next level in their education, right? And he was doing it via webinars. He followed our system, he followed it to the T, and he started making really good money. And he started doing this only spending 2 hours a week. So he ended up selling his practice. Here's the email he sent us. Sold practice on Sunday, so webinars have now become my bread and butter. Okay, now this is powerful stuff, guys. Like, I know I keep saying that, but it's true. And I'm going to be sharing with you so many case studies and success stories. Nobody has more success stories than us when it comes to webinars. And this stuff really works. So now Anthony's not doing this anymore. He holds these summits every year. He's just training people through live streams and webinars. And he's smashing it out of the park. He's also written a book and so forth. Look him up, Anthony Chadwick, the webinar vet, he calls himself. Look, people always ask me, what's the fastest and easiest way to make money online? We've tried property investing, stock market, making websites, making software, affiliate marketing, local business marketing, article marketing, e-commerce, blogging, and none of them stack up in time, leverage, and cash flow as this model I'm about to reveal to you right now. But let me ask you a question. Who here hates selling? Okay, just type in the chat box, hate selling, right? As I take another drink of water very quickly. Just type in the chat box, hate selling, or I don't like selling, or I don't like sales. Before I reveal a strategy to you where you can do this without selling, you don't have to sell, right? I'm here to tell you that we're all salespeople. We all sell, whether it's our favorite movie to our friends, a new restaurant that's just opened up down the street, whatever we're excited about, we sell it. We're selling every day, all of us, right? You don't have to be that dirty used car salesman, right? If you're passionate about something and you believe in it, you can sell it. I can sell webinars and sell internet marketing and email courses and things that I'm passionate about because I love it and I know it works. It gets results. So you got to get that out of your head. If you just like, I can't sell, right? Everyone can do it. You're already doing it. But let's say you just cannot convince me that you can't sell and you just hate selling. You just don't want to do it. Fair enough, right? And you don't want to be the face of the business because not everybody wants to be the face of their business. And you don't want to, and you just want to remain behind the scenes, right? Now, one of my businesses like that, I'm just behind the scenes. This can be very cool, right? When you're not the person doing all this stuff. And you want multiple streams of income. Was it Warren Buffett that said, don't ever rely on one source of income? We want multiple streams of income. Let me reveal our medical center model, right? Now, this is for people who don't want to sell. You don't want to be the expert. You don't want to put webinars together yourself. And we call it a medical center model. And we're using that as kind of a, and thank you for the hate selling comments. Thank you, Steve and John. I appreciate that. We call it a medical center model because think about a medical center. If you owned a medical center, you're the owner. What do you have in that medical center? You have experts, right? You have doctors, you have physios, you have osteos, you have acupuncturists, you might have counselors, you have all different types of experts. What happens if one of those experts leaves or gets sick? Right? They stop making money, they stop getting paid. But what would you do as the owner of the medical center? You would replace them with another expert. So what I'm talking about here is partnering up with other people, securing joint venture partners and building businesses that way, multiple streams of income. Okay, going 50-50 with other experts in businesses where you don't have to be the face of the business. You don't have to be the one selling. Think about how many of these can you do? I want you later after this webinar presentation is go and write down all the experts you know, friends, family, friends of friends, acquaintances, people at your church or your local group or whatever you do. Write that down, write it down, everyone you know, and not just what they do for a living, but what are they an expert in? Maybe it's a hobby, maybe it's something that they do on the side, and start approaching these experts. Why not put a webinar together for them? Learn the system, learn how to put a webinar together, do it for them and take 50% of the sales, 50% of the business. This is a webinar facilitator, and this is a great business model for people who don't want to sell and don't want to be the face of the business. As a matter of fact, it's an even better business model. Most people these days are teaching the guru model, right? Be the expert. You see it on Facebook and Instagram, all these experts coming on going, hey, sign up for johnsmith.com. I'll teach you this, I'll teach you that. I'm a coach, I'm an author, speaker, and everyone's teaching the guru model. Everyone's an expert these days. Well, this is actually the worst model because what happens if you burn out? You don't have a business. You're the name of the business. You're the face of the business. It's smarter to get someone else to sell and you be running things behind the scenes. Now, you can also do both. If you already have a business right now and you just want to go online and use webinars to make more money, that's cool as well. I suggest you do it for your own business, but I still want you to partner up with other people. Even if you are the expert, you are the guru right now, and I know some of you are, start partnering up with other people at the same time, okay? And if you don't want to sell and you don't want to be the face, then just go straight into the medical center model straight away. Now, Simon didn't like selling. And but he did, and he did a great job. I actually coached him through his first webinar, and he generated what was it? It was about he was selling a 497 product at first, and he did about 11 sales. He did just almost $5,000. 60 days later, he did $54,945 in 60 days selling his high-end product, following this system. So if you don't like selling, you don't have to sell. Now, who would like 50% of that, $54,000 in sales? Pretty good cash flow, right? Here's another expert that I partnered with, Aidan Michelson. Now, I know nothing about cryptocurrencies. Nothing. I don't know what Bitcoin is. I don't know any of that stuff. However, I knew a crypto expert. I actually believe he's one of the best in the business. And at the time, crypto was a really hot topic. I mean, it still kind of is, but at this particular time, it was really hot. It was all over the news and in the media. So I said to Adam, hey, I'll help you put a webinar together. And how about we go 50-50 on the sales? He had no idea how to put a webinar together. So I had the skills, so I helped him do it. I presented the webinar, hosted the webinar. So got on there, introduced him. Adam was the expert. He spoke about he turned a 1K investment into 100K in 90 days, and at the end sold a program, and it generated great sales, just short of $12,000 in sales. I got 50% for doing nothing. I was actually sitting on my chair by the pool in the resort that I live, just with my headset on. And that's it. And that's the beauty of this. So I didn't do the selling. He was the expert. I just facilitated and took 50% of the sales. And we did it again. Of course, if you do it the first time and it makes great sales, we did it again. You can see here, $26,973. This is a spreadsheet of the sales that were made on the second time we did it. Moving forward, Aidan has now generated over $800,000 in sales from that first webinar. Now, this is from webinars alone, right? He's done this in 2 years. In 6 months, he did $142,000, and in 2 years, $800,000 following this webinar system that I'm talking about today. And that's why I call it a proven system. I don't use that word proven lightly. This is what the medical center model looks like. So I want you guys to start building your medical center model. I gave you a bit of some homework before. I said, write down all the experts, all the people that you could joint venture with or partner with, and JVs, or doing a one-off JV, is a great way to form a partnership with someone. Find an expert, put a webinar together for them, host the webinar, have them present, take 50% of the sales. If it goes well, do it again. If it doesn't go well, then don't do it again. At least you made some money. Keep doing it. And sometimes those joint venture partnerships turn into long-term partnerships, and you end up setting them up as a company, and you end up working together for years, like some of these experts. Some of these experts here, some of these businesses generate anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000 per month. So when you're getting 50% of that business, it's a great model. And this is the medical center model. So start thinking about how many of these can you do? And like I said earlier, this is true wealth creation. We want multiple streams of income. Look, we've generated over $350,000 this month so far from multiple businesses, and I want to help you do the same. Is that okay? Just put in the chat box right now, okay, as I take another drink of water. My throat is very dry. I don't know, it's something to do with the humidity or the weather here, but I'm just going to take a quick sip of water and just give me that's okay, Darren, or okay, Darren, in the chat box. That would be awesome. Thank you, guys. All right, here's the answer you're looking for. Find experts and set this up for them, okay? Find experts and set this up for them. There's many people out there that don't have a clue about webinars. They know that they generate great sales, and they're just getting bigger, and we're seeing them pop up everywhere, but they don't know how to do it. So if you have this skill of being able to do it and facilitate one, not just create a presentation, but to facilitate at the same time, you can then take 50% of the profits. And there's a lot of business owners out there that have, social media pages and websites and stuff. They don't know how to do this. So find experts and set this up for them. Help them create a webinar presentation, a 60 to 90 minute webinar. You can make that webinar free and you sell the product at the end, or you could make it a paid webinar, which is what the vet was doing that I showed you earlier, that we call that the vet model. And then sell their product or service, okay? Now, it could be an information course. It could be more modules. And thank you for the okays, Jean, John, Gerda, Teresa, Paul, Jan, Pon. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Sell their product or service, okay, at the end of that webinar. Now, if they don't have one, offer a one-on-one, group work, or done for you. All right, so that's what I want you guys to do this week. I want you to find other experts and set this up for them. If you've already got a business or you've been thinking about going online, do it for yourself first. But even if you're doing it for yourself and you're doing what I called earlier the guru model, where you're the expert, you're the face of the business, I still want you to find other people to partner with, okay? Multiple streams of income. Now, here's an interesting story. I was at an event at the Sheraton Hotel in Sydney, and I was actually a speaker at that event, and I was at the back of the room, and one of my JV partners did a webinar, a 10-minute webinar. Now, I've spoken a lot about 60 to 90-minute webinars, but do webinars really have to be 60 to 90 minutes? Well, you can break the rules, right? This was a 10-minute webinar. The price point was 1,497 Australian dollars, made 7 sales, which was $10,479, all money received. Okay, so once you know the process, you know the structure, this works. Now, that same webinar did $120,000. 13 people attended. Is that a high attendance rate for a webinar? No, it isn't. It's actually very low. 8 sales here. Now, think about that conversion. 8 sales from 13 people attended. That's a much better result than a 10% conversion. Now, when you're selling a high-priced product, a high-end product, say $10,000 in this example, that's $80,000 in 90 minutes. Now, this replay generated 4 more sales, making an additional $40,000. Total generated $120,000 in 90 minutes. And there's a good tip for you guys. Write that down. Always send out, if you're doing a live webinar, always send the replay out within 24 to 48 hours. Otherwise, you're missing out on more sales. Now, just let me tell you quickly about Karina Esser. Now, Karina Esser is my business partner's wife. And Karina, the reason why I share Karina's story, and I won't make this long, is because it's very relatable to my story, which I'm about to just go through in a minute. But she comes from the film industry. I come from the music industry, and she was doing those 10 to 14-hour days like I was. Just absolutely hated it, making no money, basically working for free. And Karina did her first webinar. Now, what was the result? She made $16,000 in 60 minutes, right? Now, this is a while ago, actually a long time ago, but just stick with me here. $16,000 on her first webinar. Now, here's the crazy part. She didn't have a logo. She didn't have any branding. She didn't have a website. She hadn't even created the product yet, like I've been saying throughout this entire presentation, selling it first and creating it later. Now, it was a how to get more followers on Twitter course. That's what it was, right? Now, why am I telling you this? Well, that one webinar, that first webinar that she did, where she sold it first and created it after, and she did $16,000 in 60 minutes, has led her to now owning one of the biggest social media agencies in the world, Social Media Worldwide. This is a multi-million-dollar business, and it all came from that first webinar that she did. Again, just following this system to the T, just like Sean did, just like Mark did, just like Anthony Chadwick did, the vet, and all the other success stories I've shown you guys. But what's your real motivation for doing this? Now, everyone's here you're looking for money-making ideas, or to launch a business, or to grow your business for whatever reason. But why is that? Do you want to leave a legacy for your kids? Are you looking to just, you want to eat at better restaurants? You want to buy a new car? Maybe you just want to go on more holidays. Maybe you want to help more people. What is your motivation for this? I was actually... it was last year and the year before, actually, I did a bunch of gigs with the great Dr. John Demartini, and this is something he spoke about a lot, about what's your motivation. You know, making money is one thing, and some people have that negative thought of, oh, money is the root of all evil, right? But that's simply not the case. But what's your motivation for making money? Why do you want to make money? Start asking yourself this. Now, one of our motivations is we donate to the Fred Hollows Foundation. Now, we helped provide 929,106 treatments and sight restoring eye operations in 2019, and we continue to donate to this good cause. Third world countries, Indigenous Australians, adults, kids, families, right? And this is something that we're very passionate about. Something that I'm even more passionate about from a very deep personal level is animals. I love animals, and this is what motivates me. I was that kid that would, run around with petitions and go door knocking, trying to get people to sign permissions to stop, illegal the trading between Asia and Australia with selling dogs and cat meat and all that sort of stuff. I was that guy. I was a member of the WWF and the Humane Society, and I just love animals, but I couldn't really make a difference. I was like, just, I don't know, running on a treadmill, going nowhere. But once I started to generate good sales, started making money, building businesses, it's enabled me to really make a difference, right? Whether that's working with Tiger Island here in Queensland, we raised $2 million for the tigers there. Less than 4,000 tigers in the wild right now. This is an elephant sanctuary that I work very closely with in Thailand. I was in Thailand at least 4 times last year. I go to this, actually the first time I went there, I was staying in a hotel, and the hotel said to me, "Why do you want to go to this elephant sanctuary out in the middle of the sticks? It's an hour and a half away. When there's one around the corner, they do tricks, they stand on their back 2 legs and blah, blah, blah." I'm like, I don't want to go there. I'd done my research, and I wanted to go to this ethical elephant sanctuary where they're all rescue elephants. So these elephants here have been tortured. They've lived a life in a circus or carrying, logs up and down hills, chains around their legs, and this place does really good work. So it's enabled me to help them. I'm working with them now. I donate money to them, and look, the amount of Thai baht that I give them isn't a lot to me, but to them it's like $1 squillion, right? And these elephants need to be fed, they need medications, and in just what's been going on this year, it's been even harder because there's been no tourism and they've got no money. And so to be able to reach out and help other people, animals, whatever whatever you're passionate about, whatever your motivation is, I want you to think about this. What is the reason why you're doing this? For me, it's animals, or it's the Fred Hollows Foundation. What is it for you? My background is music. I've mentioned it a couple of times, and Mike mentioned it in the intro as well. I come from the music industry. This is all I know. This is all I knew. I didn't even finish school. I didn't even get to the end of year 10 at school. I dropped out. I went on the road with my band, sleeping on floors, sleeping on the side of the road, staying in 2-star hotels when we could actually afford a hotel, and just going out there and playing. And when I started out, I wasn't even old enough to get in a pub yet, and I just started playing gigs, getting out there. I absolutely loved it. I was that kid playing guitar on a tennis racket, thinking I was Gene Simmons from Kiss when I was a kid. And I just wanted to do music. That's all I cared about. So I went out on the road and I just slugged it out. We got a grant through the Australia Arts Council to go to Europe and tour over there, which was only $10,000. It barely covered plane fares. But anyway, great experiences. Wouldn't change it for the world, but it was tough. There was times where, for example, I slept in a car park in Durban, South Africa. Now, anyone that's been to Durban, South Africa knows how dangerous it is. I slept in a car park there that night, slept on the side of roads and on beaches, and just done it really tough. But even though from the outside looking in to my friends and family and peers, they were like, "Oh, Darren's a big rock star. He's crushing it." But nothing could be further from the truth. It sent me absolutely broke. But I did this through all my 20s, throughout my 30s. And after being sick of being broke, I thought, oh, well, I'll try my hand at sound engineering. Now, I was already doing a bit of sound in LA. I was living in Hollywood at the time, working at the Viper Room and the Whiskey A Go-Go and the Roxy Theatre, getting paid $10 an hour. Horrible money, very, very long hours, getting there at 4:30 in the afternoon, being there till like 2 a.m., mixing like 10 bands with 10-minute changeovers. It was crazy. So I moved back to Australia, and I thought, I'm going to go get a job in a recording studio. This will be awesome, right? Air-conditioned, beautiful recording studio. I could just sit down all day, and this will be a piece of cake. This was harder. A minimum day was about 10 hours, right? An average day, I would say 12 to 14 hours. Some days I'd do 18-hour days. My record was once I did 44 days straight, okay? And who can relate to this right now, where you're doing those big, long days and you're just on a treadmill, and I'd look in my bank account at the end of the week and I could just see just no money. I was going to restaurants and I was looking at the menu, the kids' menu on the restaurant. This isn't a joke. I know that sounds silly, but it's true. My eyes would instantly go to whatever the cheapest thing was on the menu, not buying, wearing the same clothes for years, all of that stuff, right? Absolutely broke and in debt. Now, this eventually, obviously, my wife got sick of it. She left me. That led to divorce. She went back to America. I stayed in Australia. What am I going to do? I'd hit rock bottom. Now, who here has hit rock bottom. Now, it's fair to say sometimes it takes hitting rock bottom to make a change, right? So she'd gone back to America. I was left with credit card debt, bank loans, bills. It was the darkest time of my life. This wasn't a long time ago. This was actually just 5 years ago. And I was living in Wollongong, an hour and a half south of Sydney. So I'd hit rock bottom. What am I going to do? So I thought, I'm going to get into internet marketing. I could see people making money online, and I surrounded myself with some great mentors and coaches and trainers and just good people to help me get started. And the rest is history, really. I'd already been doing a bit of internet marketing through, and when I say internet marketing, I wouldn't even call it internet marketing, but just managing, MySpace when MySpace was around, Facebook pages, just basic YouTube videos and just stuff that and thank you, Augustine. Hit bottom is hard. Rock bottom is hard. Yeah. So I was already dabbling in a bit of that, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I was guessing like most of you probably are right now, but it wasn't, like I said, until I surrounded myself with the right people. I immersed myself into the world of internet marketing, online, specifically webinars, and I just took things to the next level, and I got results. I started getting results and making money very fast. I became debt-free within 9 months, completely debt-free, and on my way to financial freedom within 18 months. So imagine for a moment that your life was like this. This is actually a photo of where I am right now. Now it's nighttime right now, but this is what it looks like in the daytime. I'm on my balcony here. I'm checking my email, I can see. And this wasn't a reality for me. It was just a dream growing up. I was like, I always wanted to live by the beach, wanted to live on the beach. Now I'm living that dream, and I have to pinch myself every day. I walk out on that balcony, I look over. That's the view that I see from, not just from my balcony. I see this from where I'm lying in my bed. I see this from my shower, from the kitchen, from the bedroom, my whole apartment here. This is the view I get to see and I get to look at, and it blows me away because I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I didn't have rich family or rich friends or anything like that. I did everything the hard way. And and look, I'm not showing you this to brag. I'm trying to paint a picture for you that this is possible. If someone like me, who is a broke musician, I didn't finish school, I don't have a university degree, I don't have a college degree, I've never written a book, I don't have any formal education whatsoever. If I can do this, anybody can do this. Now, this is the perfect way to generate multiple streams of income and live financially free and help others do the same, all via webinars, this proven webinar system that I'm talking about. But what about the biggest secret of all? What is the biggest secret? Because I didn't have the secrets. I did things the hard way. I had to stumble my way through it. But who here wants the biggest secret of all? Just type the word secret in the chat box as I take another drink of water. Just give me the word secret in the chat box. I'm about to reveal the biggest secret of all, so brace yourselves. Here it is. You don't have to be good looking to make big money with webinars. Now, that was meant to be funny. That was a joke, right? But it's true, right? You don't have to be good looking to make big money with webinars, and you don't have to be smart. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be tech savvy. You don't need a huge social media following. You don't need a website. You don't even need a product yet, okay? And you'll make big money faster if you copy and paste our formula. And thank you to Gian for saying secret. Paul, thank you. Thank you, Augustine. Thank you, Doris. Thank you, Fiona A. Thank you, everyone who put secret in the chat box there. Copy my formula and you'll make big money faster. Who here would like my $100 million webinar blueprint? Okay, just type in the word yes. Give me a big capital letters yes in the chat box right now if you would like my $100 million webinar blueprint. I said this before. This webinar system, this blueprint has generated us over 20 million in sales over the last 10 years. And I want to help you guys do the same. So I've got a bunch of yeses coming in here. Thank you, Paulina. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Doris. Thank you, guys. That is awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Thank you, Gian. Well, here it is. let me reveal to you my webinar business blueprint, and it's the proven system for building a six-figure business online fast. You're going to receive step-by-step instructions on how to implement this strategy right now. And the great thing with the Webinar Business Blueprint program is that you'll be able to create multiple streams of internet income sooner and live the life you have always wanted. Now, I've packaged the program up into 8 modules, 8 video training modules. All the training is with me, up close and personal. It's in a private membership website that you're going to get lifetime access to. And the first module we're going to start with is planning your webinar. Now, this is where most people go wrong. They just dive straight in, start putting a webinar together. Well, we need to plan the webinar first. This is where I walk you through how to define your business and your product idea first, and we start planning the intro, content, and close of your webinar. Now, I walk you through how to do this in the module. This takes out all the guesswork, makes things a lot faster and easier for you so you can launch your business sooner rather than later. And module number 2 is creating your webinar presentation. Now, this is where I walk you through step by step the 3-phase selling system, okay, how to put it together. Okay, you're going to get the webinar slide deck, the $1 Million Webinar slide deck, and this is the gold right here. We put the webinar together. I show you how to do it. I walk you through it in the module, and you follow along, and you get the $1 Million Webinar template on your computer. It's virtually fill in the blanks, literally fill in the blanks, and you're good to go. And this takes out all the guesswork, okay? You're going to start making money faster and easier by putting your webinar presentation together this way and following my 3-step selling system. Now, module number 3 is setting up your webinar. I'm going to go in and show you how to set up your webinar in the different webinar softwares, the free apps, whatever you're using. And again, taking out any guesswork. I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm going to make it a no-brainer for you. And the benefit of this is you'll be able to set up a webinar in 5 minutes instead of sitting there having to stumble around and trying to get through all those technical challenges and pulling your hair out and smashing your computer or phone because you can't work it out. So the benefit of this is you're going to get your webinar set up, running, generating sales sooner rather than later. Module number 4 is getting traffic to your webinar. Now, we need to get traffic. I'm going to show you a system that can that can get you 100 to 300 attendees a week to your webinars, all through using email marketing, Facebook ads, and also solo ads and a bunch of other strategies, joint venture partners. There's a bunch of videos in this module, and this is going to help you to start filling your events and webinars, not just getting more traffic to your webinars, but getting people to actually attend your webinars and staying until the very end, which is going to generate you more sales and build your business faster. Module number 5 is running your webinar live. So this is where I'm going to walk you through how to actually run the webinar live, what to say, what not to say. Okay, how to engage with the audience, how to use the chat box if you're doing a live webinar, how to run the Q&A. And this is going to take things to that next level. And these are strategies and tips that most people don't know about. Module number 6, post-webinar. Now, this is really important, the follow-up sequence, how to create a nurture campaign, sending out the webinar replay to generate even more leads and more sales. And module number 7 is automating your webinar. Now, this is where you do the work once and you get paid over and over again. You take your live webinar, you automate it, you drive traffic to it, and you get even more leads and more sales. And module number 8 are my advanced webinar tactics. These are conversion killing mistakes, how to fix them, how to avoid them. And we're going to take things to that next level, and you won't see these strategies anywhere else. And this program is valued at $1,597. You get lifetime access. And look, the way I've created this program is if I don't do this on a daily, weekly, monthly basis with my webinars, it's simply not in the program. This is everything that I do. Copy and paste my formula and my system, and you will get the results. All right, you're also going to get my $1 Million Webinar Toolkit. Now, this is totally done for you. Webinar slide decks, 100 webinar title ideas, webinar email templates, webinar landing page templates, webinar mind maps, webinar checklists. Avoid costly mistakes of doing it yourself and days or even weeks of wasted time. They're all just fill in the blanks, download them to your computer. Don't worry having to do all this stuff yourself. Just Like I said, fill in the blanks and you are good to go. This makes things so easy. The benefit of this is you will be able to get that high converting webinar out there sooner and start making money faster. And it's valued at $1,197. You're also going to get a strategy call with a coach. Now, this is one-on-one. It's a 60-minute one-on-one strategy call to help define your business or your product or service and start planning your first webinar. The coach will walk you through how to use the entire webinar system, and this is going to help you launch your business faster and easier. And it's valued at $497. Now, you're also going to get weekly live training with me. Who would like to be trained by me for the next 8 weeks? Well, you're going to be trained by me online group training. It is directly with me and it's in our X10 Effect private Facebook group. Let me help you, guide you through building your internet empire. And this is the perfect opportunity to ask me questions live online every week. I do this every single Monday at 7 p.m. Sydney time, which is 10 a.m. for those of you in the UK. If you can't attend the live ones, it's okay. You get sent the replays. And we do this every single week over the next 8 weeks. Be trained by me in this group training. There's other action takers and like-minded people there as well asking questions. We've got a great community in there, and this is going to fast track your results and fast track your success by having me on your team, looking over your shoulder and holding you accountable over the next 8 weeks. And that's valued at $3,997. You're also going to get phone and email support. Now, it's one-on-one phone support. So if you're stuck in the program, you're having challenges, you got any questions you might want to ask, call us 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's Australian Eastern Standard Time. And you're also going to get unlimited email support along with that as well. And this is going to help guide you through using the Webinar Business Blueprint program. Look, guys, I know it's very hard to succeed with any kind of support. Remember what I said earlier. Support increases your chance of success by 93%. And that's why I've implemented such great support into this program. As a customer myself, when I buy something, I don't want good support, I want great support. I coach the support team. You will not get better support out there from any other program. Our support is second to none. You're not on your own. Have a go-to person, have a go-to guy. We are there for you, on your side, on your team, and walking you through this entire system and process. You're not on your own. Use the support any day of the week, and it's valued at $4,197. You're also going to get more support, and that's with our Facebook group access. You're going to get 12 months access to the X10 Effect private Facebook group. 4 of my best coaches and I will guide you step by step through building your internet business and answer any questions every day online in the group. My coaches and I were in this group every day, 7 days a week. Now, you can ask us any questions. You can submit your webinar slides in there for us to critique. You can put your webinar recordings in there. You can even use the Facebook group to launch your business. We've got 650 people in there now. Use it to launch your business. Use it to get feedback, whatever you like. This is yours for 12 months, and it's an awesome Facebook group. It's very active, and I'm in there every day doing videos and tips and updates. And this is going to fast track your success even further, and it's even more support to help you on your journey of owning a profitable web business. And that's valued at $997. Frequently asked questions. What if I don't have any idea? Well, that's why I've added the 60-minute one-on-one call with a coach, because we're going to help you if you don't have an idea. Now, some of you do, some of you don't. If you don't, well, you're in that category. We'll find you an idea. What if I don't have a product? Well, we'll find you a product. Now, if you don't have a product right now, you can promote someone else's product. We've got the JV stuff. We've got affiliates. We've got many different strategies where you can promote other people's stuff if you don't want to be the face of the business or you don't have a product. What if I have a physical product? Well, maybe you're doing drop shipping or you're selling something that's physical. We have a template for that as well. What if I'm not a great speaker? Guys, you don't have to be a great speaker. I've never done a TED Talk. I've never done any professional speaking training. I've got many students that weren't great speakers. It's just repetition. The more you do it, the better you get at it. If you know your stuff, people will buy into what you're doing. You don't have to be a great speaker. And what if I don't have a list? We're going to help you build a list. Okay. In one of the modules, I show you how you can build an email list fast and social media followers fast, whilst at the same time getting people to your webinars and watching your webinars and attending and buying at the same time. How fast can I start making money? Well, you can start making money in this week, in the next 7 days. I mean, I've built webinar businesses with people overnight, live on stage. I was speaking about it earlier, within 24 hours. If you're an action taker, you can do this in the next 7 days. Procrastinators, perfectionists, will probably take you 30 days. But you can start making money in the next 24 hours if you're a hustler and if you're willing to take action. There is no get rich quick schemes. This isn't a press a button on a cash register and money comes out. There is work to be done, but I'll tell you this, it's a hell of a lot easier than working a 9-to-5 job. So here's what you get. You get the Webinar Business Blueprint program. You get the $1 Million Webinar Toolkit, a 60-minute strategy call one-on-one with a coach. You get 8 weeks of live group coaching with yours truly. You get unlimited phone and email support, 12 months private Facebook group access, and it's all valued at $12,482. But does this system really work? Now, I've shared with you a few case studies along the way, and I could stay here all day, all evening, all morning, wherever you are in the world and try and convince you. But let's look at some of our success stories, some of our successful students. Annette Densham here, she generated $3,976 in 90 minutes. Right? She was absolutely blown away. She'd never run a webinar before in her life, but we walked her through the process step by step, and she got the results. Shane Price, $21,425 in 90 minutes. Now, he ran the webinar, and it's helped him, like he says here, put something together that's going to benefit his business and his customers. He already had a business. He just wanted to use webinars to get more customers, make more sales. He did it, and he got the results, and it happened in as little as 90 minutes. Never done a webinar before. Susan Kennedy here. Now, I personally coached Susan. She generated $2,079 in her first webinar. Now, not as impressive as some of the other figures I've shown. However, you don't always hit the nail on the head the first time. $2,000, still not a bad result, especially when it's only 60 minutes of work. She then went on to generate $45,000 within 6 months after that first webinar. She fine-tuned, she tweaked, she followed the system, and she got the results. Susan's now a best-selling author and done hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales since. Jonathan Curtier from the United Kingdom, £450,000 from 2 automated webinars. Now, he didn't want to do live webinars. This transformed his aviation company. And as you can see, he was extremely pleased, as you would be. Now, these are crazy figures here, guys. £450,000 just from 2 automated webinars. Real figures, real success stories. Again, someone who could follow a system and got the results. Sandy Foster here. Now, I walked Sandy through using this webinar system, and she generated $6,237 in 60 minutes on her first webinar. Now, this was actually on the Gold Coast. This is one of the ones where pulled Sandy up out of the audience on stage. I put the webinar together with her in front of the audience. We ran it, that was on the Saturday. Then on the Sunday, we ran it live on stage in the room, and those were the sales that it made. I coached her through it and walked her through it online and in the room, live on stage, and made the money right in front of everybody's eyes, and it was awesome. And then she went on to make even more sales from the replay, and bang, her business was launched. Now, this is a testimony that just came in 2 weeks ago. Barry emailed me. He said, Darren, I ran my first webinar and I generated £3,355, and it's now led to over £270,000 in business. Okay, so couldn't be more proud of you, Barry. Well done. Another action taker who followed this webinar system and got the results. So well done, Barry. Now, it's not just our students that get these results. I mentioned earlier that I generate on average $15,000, sometimes anywhere up to $25,000 on average per month just from webinars alone from one web business. My result of $119,488 in 90 minutes. Guys, if I can do this, anyone can do this. I'm not technically gifted. Like I said, I didn't finish school. I don't have any degrees or certificates. I've never written a book. I'm not a professional speaker. If I can do it, you can do it as well. Look, I want to reward you if you've already made up your mind, because you'll be happy to hear that you get these awesome bonuses as well. You're going to get my JV and affiliate mastery system. Now, these are 8 video training modules plus swipe files and templates, all fill in the blanks for affiliate agreements, joint venture partnership agreements, emails, phone call scripts. You'll be taught all of my most powerful strategies for finding and securing joint venture partnerships and affiliates. Who liked the medical center model earlier? Well, this is going to help you build your medical center model. I walk you through the entire process, step by step. All the training is with me, and I'm giving you the entire program, the entire course as a special bonus. I don't usually give this away, but as a special gift for having Tom and Jason speak to me at Click Seminars, I'm going to throw this bonus in, and I don't ever do it. So get this, build your medical center model fast through this JV and affiliate mastery system that I created, and I know you're going to absolutely love it, and it's valued at $497. Bonus number 2 is Karina S's Social Media 360 and Facebook ads training. Now, I spoke about Karina earlier before. She runs and owns social media worldwide. Now, her Social Media 360 program is 33 modules, master LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the different social media platforms. You're going to need social media to get more traffic to your webinars. That's going to help immensely with that. And also her Facebook Ads 101 Masterclass. You're going to get that as well. So you're getting a full program here and a masterclass as well with Karina. And this is going to help you build a targeted list of customers and build authority in your marketplace. Valued at $647. And bonus number 3, my Web Business Blueprint Virtual Workshop. Write this down. I hope you got a pen and paper in front of you. 17th and 18th of June. Now, this is next week. Next Wednesday and Thursday, I'm running a 2-day, and I've got virtual in rabbit's ears there to make it very clear that it's not something you can physically come along to. And even though the lockdowns and that things are easing up, we're still not there yet, but I'm going to do it as a virtual workshop over 2 half days starting at 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, which will be 9 a.m. for those in the UK. And it's over 2 days. If you can't make the live stream, of course, you will get the replay, but write those dates down. If you can't come to this one live, I run 4 of these a year. So I'll be running another one. And if it ends up being a physical workshop, then I'll be doing that as well. But I'll do more of these virtual workshops. I'm going to give you access to these workshops for the rest of 2020. How does that sound? Not just this one, but all the virtual workshops I do for the rest of the year. And this is my special gift for you. You're going to love this. This is going to take your business to the next level. I'm going to go into advanced strategies. I'm going to go through your webinars. You can ask me questions. We're going to open it up for Q&A, and we're going to get up close and personal. Work with me over these 2 days in this virtual workshop and start generating sales faster and growing your business faster and easier at the same time. And that's valued at $997. Think about this for a minute. This could be you after a 60-minute webinar. Now, I've said a couple of times, we've got more success stories than any other webinar expert on the planet. I've got so many success stories and testimonials, I don't even have time to go through them all, and that's why I've just got to go through these quickly, because we get results. They're real results. They're real success stories, and you won't see anyone else out there with this many success stories and results because, like I said, and I'll say it again, what we do works, and that's why we do it live on stage. We put our reputation on the line and show you and prove to you that this is a webinar system that generates sales. It makes money, and it's the perfect way to kickstart a business. And think about how you could work where you want, when you want, and live life on your terms, just like I do. I mean, the laptop lifestyle, right? This isn't a new term. You've heard this before. The smartphone lifestyle, if you want to call it that. You can do this from your smartphone, from a laptop, from wherever you want, whether you're on the beach, whether it's a traveling business. You know, I'm traveling all the time, and this is my business right here, my laptop. So think about, how do you want to run your business? Do you want to travel? Maybe you just want to work from home. Maybe you want to work from the mountains, from the beach, from your couch, wherever. That's the beauty of this business. So here's what you get, guys. You get the Webinar Business Blueprint. You get the $1 Million Webinar Toolkit. You get the 60-minute strategy call one-on-one with a coach. You get 8 weeks of live group coaching with yours truly. You get unlimited phone and email support. You get 12 months of access to our private Facebook group, my joint venture and affiliate mastery system program, Karina S's social media and Facebook ads training, 2 tickets to my VIP workshop. So I'm going to even let you bring a friend to that virtual workshop next week. And it's all valued at $14,623. Could you do this another way? Sure. You could go and read a bunch of blogs on webinars after this. You could go sift through hundreds of YouTube videos. But let's face it, you're probably not going to do that, or you're just going to be left more confused. Yeah, you could keep trying to make money other ways online, just wasting days, weeks, months, even years of getting nowhere, still frustrated. Look, the fact is there is no comparison, and you won't pay that much today. Here's why I'm going to give you an amazing offer today, because I want your success story. Your success is my success. And I'm doing this for a little bit of a selfish reason. And that reason is I want more success stories for 2020. You've seen all the testimonials and case studies and success stories I've shared with you. I want you in my presentation. I want you saying that you made $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 from a webinar. Okay, so this is why I'm giving you an amazing offer today. So stick with me, because we're going to go into a Q&A in the next 5 or 10 minutes where you can ask me absolutely everything. Total value of this program is $14,623. Today, only $997 US dollars. That is it, guys. $997. Get started right now. All you have to do is go to clickseminars.live/DJ, which stands for Darren Jenkins, my name. So it's clickseminars.live/DJ. This will be below the slides as well. I believe Mike has put it in there. And that's it. You can't click on that. It's not a clickable link. We're on a live stream right now. So open up a tab in your web browser right now. Type that URL in, go to that page and fill your details in, and bang, you'll get instant access to the program, and we'll get you started right now. Not next week, not next month, right now. Or what if I could let you pay this off? Who here would like me to finance them? You can put $397 down right now and then make 2 easy monthly payments of $397. So it's 3 times $397. You can pay this off over 3 months. So get started now, guys. Go to clickseminars.live/DJ right now. $397 will get you started if you want to pay this in installments. Otherwise, you can put $997 down, pay in full, save a few bucks that way. It's up to you, but let's get you started. Let's get you building a 6-figure online business fast. Look, I've got an extra special bonus for you. Now, I've thrown this in at the last minute because I want to over-deliver for you guys. I want to make an offer so irresistible. I want to make this a no-brainer for you. I'm going to give you ready-made webinar businesses. Now, some of you, maybe you're sitting there going, well, I don't want to build webinars. I don't want to be the face of the business. I don't want to do all that stuff. Or maybe you do, but it's going to take you weeks to put a webinar presentation together. What if I told you I could give you ready-made webinars that are already converting at 10% or more? You're going to receive access to these highly profitable and converting webinars so you can start generating sales today. We've got webinars about how to get Twitter followers. We've got video marketing webinars. We've got options trading webinars. We've got cryptocurrency webinars. We've got weight loss webinars. We've got webinars about webinars. You get to promote these and take up to 50% off of the profits. Now, I don't usually offer this. I stopped offering it, but now I'm going to throw this in as a very extra bonus for those of you who want to get started right now, making money in the next 24 hours. Start promoting these webinars and make money even faster and easier than what I've been teaching you here today. This is absolute gold. Now, I can't give it away to everybody. This bonus is for the first 15 people only. So you're going to have to move fast. And yes, John, the part payments are in US dollars. Everything is in US dollars, just to make that clear. Go to that link, clickseminars.live/DJ. If you're in the first 15 people, you're going to get my ready-made webinar businesses, but it is for the first 15 people only. I'm starting the timer right now. We're getting to the Q&A soon, so you're going to have to act fast because these will go very, very fast. These are webinars that are already converting at 10% or more, and you can take up to 50% of the profits from any of them. Start generating sales today and make money faster and easier. Valued at $3,197. Look, is it worth it? Just one webinar can cover the entire cost of the program, just like it did for Nat Burnett. Look at this. One attendee, one sale, 100% conversion, $3,497 in 90 minutes. That's a pretty good start, right? And she absolutely smashed it out of the park. One person showed up. She made the sale, $3,500, paid off the course, and made money on top of that. So that could be you as well. Look, I'm also going to give you a 30-day money-back guarantee because I really back what I do, what I teach. All the risk is on me here, guys. You have everything to gain and nothing to lose in this transaction. That's how confident I am you'll be blown away with this amazing program. What I teach works. Follow the process, follow the system. Try it for 30 days. Try it for 29 days, 21 days, 15 days, 10 days, 7 days. Try it for 24 hours. For whatever reason, if you don't like the course, if you aren't getting results, if you don't like the videos, you don't like the sound of my voice, or for whatever reason, I will refund you your money 100%, no questions asked. This is a no-brainer. Everyone should be signing up right now and going to clickseminars.live/DJ. It is a no-brainer. You can try this out for a full 30 days. You get access to all the modules. You'll still get the call with the coach. You'll get all the templates. You can download everything. You can try it, the whole thing for 30 days. And if you don't like it, we'll refund your money. And like I said, that's how confident I am that you will get amazing results and be blown away by this webinar business blueprint program. So go to clickseminars.live/DJ right now and let's get you started. So it's $17,820 worth of value, but just one payment of $997 US. clickseminars.live/DJ is the link to go to. Get started now. And if you're in that first 15, you're going to get my high converting ready-made webinars. Or you can put $397 down now and 2 easy monthly payments of $397. So you've got 3 months to pay this off. So, I know we're in tough times right now. So if you're that person, you don't have $997, you can put $397 down and get started and complete all the training and do it all. Look, I back myself with this program, guys. You've seen the results. I've shown so many success stories and case studies along the way. And like I said, we've got more proof than anybody out there that our webinar system works. The proof is in the pudding. You saw the proof. You saw the results. So let's get you started. Let's get you generating those sales and building your business. Go to clickseminars.live/DJ right now, and I look forward to getting you started. I'm going to offer you a mega bonus before we go into the Q&A. If you invest in the next 15 minutes, you're going to get this incredible mega bonus. Buy one, get one free. I'll say that again. Buy one, get one free. You're going to get 2 for the price of 1. And I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to do it. Bring your business partner, your spouse, your son, your daughter, your brother, your sister, your mum or dad, and learn together how to generate thousands of dollars live using webinars and do this whole training together. There's nothing like building a business with someone or doing it together, but you're going to give the whole program to someone else. Now, if you don't know who that is right now, you can decide later. You can sign up, and in 24 hours or 3 days, even 7 days, even in 2 weeks, if you then decide, I'm going to give it to my mom or my dad or my son or my brother or my friend, then you can give it to someone else. The entire program. I'm not talking just a ticket to the virtual workshop. I'm talking about everything. All the modules, all the bonuses, everything that I've offered to you today, it's ×2. You're getting 2 for the price of 1. You can even sign up and then go halves with someone later, get half the money from them. This is a no-brainer, guys. Like I said, I'm going to make this as so irresistible for you guys. Sign up now. Buy one, get one free. However, I can't do this for everyone. It's also for the first 15 people only. So act fast. Go to that link, clickseminars.live/DJ. If you're in the first 15 people, you will get 2 for the price of the 1. If you're the 16th person, I'm sorry, you miss out. If you're the 17th person, 18th person, I can't extend this. Okay, so that is it. Take your business and your income to the next level, do the training together, do it with someone else, or just give them the whole program. They can work on their own business at the same time. I know you're going to love this program. It's valued at $997. So there it is. That is it, guys. $18,817 worth of value, only $997 US dollars. Or if you want to pay this off, you can put $397 down right now and 2 easy monthly payments of $397. So get started now. Go to clickseminars.live/DJ and let's do this. I'm really excited. I look forward to hearing about your success story. We're about to go into a Q&A session right now. If you've got any questions about anything I taught in this presentation, in the training, or if it's about the program at all, happy to answer anything. And I'm going to hand it back over to Mike. So let's get you started, guys. Click seminars.live/DJ. Let's do this. If you're in that first 15 people, you're also going to get the ready-made webinar businesses and 2 for the price of 1. It doesn't get any better than that. I can't make it any better than that. So let's do this. All right, back to you, Mike. Let's go into the Q&A.
Yeah, we're here. You're just getting kudos there, my friend. It looks like you've, to quote Gene here, blown away by your business idea and your amazing success. Thanks for the information I've gained. So you're just getting kudos and thanks. Maybe people are just wanting to wait and get into the program to start asking you questions. Steve says, great presentation. Thanks for your knowledge you have imparted. So folks, this is your chance to ask Darren some other questions. I know somebody asked earlier, is it payment in U.S. dollars? And you did say it was in U.S. dollars. So, so if people don't have any questions, maybe they're going over to the clickseminars.live/DJ page away from social media, away from YouTube, and away from the landing page. And they're not hearing us now. That's why they're not asking questions. I hope they're over there getting in your program. But great information. So much good stuff. We'll give it a couple of more minutes here. If we don't see any other questions, I guess it's just time for people to get involved and get started, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. And look, guys, if you're sitting on the fence, if you're one of those persons right now, you're procrastinating, you got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and you're thinking, oh, you know, it looks good. He's shown a lot of success stories there, and it works for him and his students, but it mightn't work for me. And look, just give it a try. It's a no-brainer. You've got 30 days. It's a no questions asked. It's risk-free. It's 100% risk-free. So why not sign up? Even just put down the $397. You can try this out for the full 30 days. And like I said, if you don't like it, then we'll just refund you your money. So I said earlier, everyone should be signing up right now. This is an amazing offer. And I'm not just saying that because it's my offer, but I've over-delivered for you guys here. I wanted to put something together very special for Tom and Jason and for you, Mike, and everyone in the team because you're such good people. And I really wanted to do something extra special. So that's why I added those extra bonuses and first 15 people and tried to make the offer as big as I could for the lowest price I could because I know people are struggling for money right now. But look, I will say this. This is a recession-proof business, right? We're going through a lot of hard times right now. Yeah, the lockdowns are easing up and things seem to be getting back to normal. But let's face it, things will never be the same again. The world has changed as we know it, and more people are online. This whole, you know what, didn't affect my business whatsoever, okay? This is a recession-proof business. Look, the job economy is dying. Businesses are shutting down. You cannot go wrong with this. Is it fair to say that live streams, live events, virtual events, webinars are getting bigger and bigger? I mean, that's why we're doing this 7-day event, right? So if we're doing it as experts, not just me, but all of the great speakers and Tom and Jason and Mike, if we're doing it, don't you think that it works? So why not do what we do? Why not follow our model, copy what we do? And like I said, with this program, with this system, you can do it very fast. You can do it very easy. All the training is with me, and I take you through it slowly, step by step, and I over-deliver for you guys. So I know you're going to get great results with this program, and I'm really excited to get you guys started.
Well, with that, Margaret says, thanks for all the information you've given us. A great presentation. I couldn't agree more, Darren. So
Thank
it
you,
looks
Margaret.
like, I think it looks like that maybe the sun is coming up in the background there. I don't know. I can't tell.
It is. It actually is. You can see that it's lighter now.
Yeah. So maybe you should go out on that beach and enjoy the beach day because I know you can do that. And
I might go sleep on the beach. What do you think of that?
well, okay, take your guitar out there and play a tune or two on the beach. That sounds like fun. So,
Just one more thing, Mike. I just wanted to thank Tom and Jason and Joe and yourself and everyone involved in Click Seminars here. Thank you for the opportunity, and I've had a great time. Everything's been really professional, and you guys have been awesome. And I want to thank all the people that are here live, and even people watching the replay. I really appreciate you listening to me and taking this information in. I've had a great time, and I look forward to working with the people who have signed up, and I look forward to hopefully working with you guys and your team as well in the future.
Awesome. All right, my friend, have a great day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Darren Jenkins with webinar information that I can tell you, I who've done webinars, and essentially that's kind of what this is. I've learned a lot myself today. There's always room to learn. There's always a reason to learn. And like he was saying, as long as the internet allows audio and video to stream, there are opportunities for folks where other opportunities may not be as prevalent. So anyway, here's what's coming up next. We had a great presentation here. Well, we got another great one coming up in a little over 2 hours time. Looks like it's about 2 hours and 30 minutes from now. If you're watching this as a replay, that doesn't matter. You can just actually go to the next link and click it, because at this particular link, this is where everything resides. Everything resides at clickseminars.live. That's what it is. It's a Click Seminar. It's live. And if you want to watch it, all you got to remember is clickseminars.live/watch. And right now, you'll be able to see what the next one, which is David Kavanaugh. Known David since the first World Internet Summit back in 2003. David was one of the original presenters, and I've watched him just blossom and grow. He's brilliant. He's the newbies coach. This guy... he's just so full of energy, so funny, and so brilliant. You're not going to want to miss David Kavanaugh. So with all that being said, what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to pull that link out. I'm going to remind you one more time that if you want to get Darren's offer, it's at clickseminars.live/DJ. He's the muso. Musos are DJs, so that's an easy way to remember his initials. But anyway, clickseminars.live/DJ, and you can take advantage of his amazing webinar training offer. So with all that being said, we'll see you in about 2 hours and let me look at my clock here. Little over 25 minutes from this time if you're watching live. And if you're not watching live, you just click on the link and you're there. So everyone have a great afternoon, day, morning, wherever you are in the world. And we're going to call it into this particular session and get started on the next.